The last thing, tip number 5, that you can do to make your playing sound so much better is something you've probably heard me talking about for the last 3 stages now, and that is to play your left hand softer than you play your right hand. This is the main thing besides playing legato that you can do to make your playing sound nicer, even if you don't even add the sustain pedal, because a heavy-handed left hand sound tends to overtake the right hand and can even make someone's playing sound forced, annoying, or like too overstimulating, like too much is going on. And no one wants to practice all that time and still not sound good. But what if it's hard for you to feel like you can control how hard the left hand lands? What if you're like, yeah, easy to say, but how do I do it? Maybe every time you try to make the left hand sound softer, the right hand seems to get softer too, which kind of defeats the purpose. Here, you'll learn one solution for that. It's called ghost playing, and over time, it can assist you to build up more finger and hand independence, although it can sometimes feel a little tricky to do the first few times. What you'll do is you'll choose a song, and I do suggest a stage 1 song so you have less to focus on. In fact, I'm going to choose Are You Sleeping, Brother John, because the left-hand chord doesn't even have to move. It just stays in one place the entire time. So I really actually recommend that you start with that song. So what you're going to do is you're going to set your hands where they're going to play, but you're going to try playing the right hand, and all you're going to do in the left hand is just simply touch it to the keys. You're not going to let it sink and make any sound. So get to where you're playing the right hand. Just try the first measure. So did you see how I went to play my left hand, but it stopped? It didn't play anything. Now the first few times you try this, it's probably going to accidentally go down. Like, you're going to be like, I keep accidentally playing it, but keep trying it until you can actually just set your left hand on those notes and not do anything. Keep doing it until you can play that whole left hand. You're literally lifting your hand and setting it down, but not with enough force to play the notes. So once you can do that and it starts to not feel awkward, then great job, first of all, because you're building up that finger and hand independence. You're getting this hand to do something completely different. At first, when you start playing, it's like the hands can feel like exact twins, like no matter what one does, the other wants to do. We've spent a long time trying to work on building up some finger and hand independence with all of our gluing exercises and everything that we've done so far. So the next step, once you can do that confidently, is you're going to try to play your left hand with like barely making any sound at all. And you're going to still try and keep your right hand playing its normal loudness level. Medium loud, I should call it. So again, we'll just take this very first measure. See if you can just sink it barely in, like so you can barely hear that chord. Did you hear how that left-hand chord was barely sounding? At first, it's probably going to be too loud again. It's probably going to keep hitting louder than you want. So keep going until you can barely press it down, where you can succeed in doing that over and over. See, even that time I did it a little louder than I intended. Get to where you can do the entire song like that. Like the left hand is barely playing anything. Once you can do that, then the final step is to let left hand land just a tad louder than that, so it's kind of medium soft and the left hand is kind of medium loud. See, my right hand didn't change. It's still playing normally. It's not pounding or putting more pressure than is needed. It's just playing normal. It's just that my left hand has learned how to play a little softer. And I'm using legato in my right hand. That one was a little loud. But it's actually quite satisfying because you can feel like you're getting some control over that left hand. Can you see how it slowly will help you get to where you can play that left hand softer? So of course, now would be ideal for you to try ghost playing. First, try this measure, and I just want you to try setting your hand there and not letting any sound come out. Once you get that, try making this hand barely make any sound. And if you're not able to get there today, that is okay. Know that these skills do have to be built and maintained. Even if you could do it today, you might feel like next week you went back to ghost playing again, like it went away. It's still there, it got started, it's the slightest little pathway, so you need to just keep doing it, and that pathway will get stronger and stronger until it becomes like second nature to be able to control the left hand sounding a little softer than the right hand. The only exception to making the left hand softer than the right hand would be if the left hand has the main part of a song, and we don't even have any songs like that in Piano with Ease at this point. Like here's an example of a song that the left hand gets to be the star. And that's the Happy Farmer, but we're not even learning that song here. I just wanted you to hear an example of it. So yeah, ghost playing isn't something you can do a quick run through and then it's fixed forever. It'll be one of those skills to just keep drip, 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 and work on several times.